Google. This is another one, folks, where, yes, we had unusual activity in it. And they've got a chip. How many of you know that Google makes chips? Well, they do. They've got it. Maybe they don't make them, but they certainly design them. And maybe Taiwan Semi, TSM, puts them together because that's what TSM does for a lot of companies. But the Google trade for this Willow quantum chip is just explosive. And it's another great example, I think, about taking profits when you can, not when you have to, Pete, because stock was 172 going into this. Look at that nice pop, drove it all the way. Thank you, Jared, for that great chart. Drove it all the way to like 186 today, Pete, and then pulled back. Not huge, but it pulled back down into the 181 to 183 range. So if you were greedy and didn't say, hey, yeah, popping to 186 is enough for me, you might not have got the best exit that you expected, because then you were selling when you had to, not when you could.
Yeah, this is one I'd keep an eye on, John, to make some sort of a burst potentially to the upside. I'd like to see the options tell us exactly what they think after this report. But to your point, that quantum computing chip that you're talking about is going to be a game changer for Google. And everybody knows how much they're involved already in the AI world. I mean, the tools and everything else that goes along with it, they're near the record highs right now. And by the way, it's amazing to get that close to the record highs. And yet you look over at the PE, it's well under 20. I think it's a little closer to 18 or 19, John. So when I look at all of this, this is a company, yes, you get a bit of a pullback today because some of those folks want to take those winners that you were just talking about and ease back a little bit on this. But I think going forward, we're going to be up and through that 200 level probably sometime in January, maybe into February. But this is one to keep an eye on. And I can't wait to see if we see any of that unusual options activity to give us that confidence that this thing is going higher. I think that it is, but I'm going to wait for that and I'm going to be patient.
Yeah, well, Pete, this one, Google, people might not just tout it all the time, but it was $130 back in January, Pete.
Yep.
Early January this year, and now it's 183 or whatever. That's some pretty steady performance for one of the biggest stocks that is ubiquitous with search, as well as now some of the other things like Waymo, those driverless taxis, and things like this.